Welcome, precious souls. It's 10:33 at night. Do you know what your soul's trying to say? Welcome to my space. Oh, one day soon I'm going to figure out how to do live readings. I would love to interact with all of you beautiful souls out there live and just, figure stuff out together. Meanwhile, let's find out what it is that your beautiful spirit team wants to tell you. What do we got? 1, 2, 3. You guys tired of my long readings? Do you prefer my shorter readings? I always love to delve deep. Ever since I was young, I am young. Who am I kidding? Since I was a lot younger, my entire life, I just love to learn and delve in. Ooh. All right, well, let's see what we've got so far. We've got 4. Oh, this one, no matter how much I shuffle, it keeps coming out. All right, don't worry, I'll show you. So what do we need? We've got 4. We need 6 more. Oh, Spirit, we are curious and are seeking wisdom. One more they're saying. Oh, come on, they're teasing me. Let's do this. 6 more cards, please, Spirit. What does our collective need to know? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why are they choosing all the same cards? Because it doesn't matter how many readings you do. If you haven't gotten through the lessons, they will keep haunting you. Come on, guys, let's get through all these lessons. Wow, now they're like saying smart now. Get serious, they're saying. Get serious, this is serious stuff. No, I'm just kidding. They're always telling me to be playful. That was on the bottom of the deck. Celebration. Ooh, I like the sound of that one. Okay. The whole reading. Guess what the whole reading's about. Have you seen my latest channels? Still at a crossroads, okay? A different choice needs to be made. This is what you came for. Look at all the ancestors waiting to be freed from these cycles. Cycles are childhood traumas which lead to defense mechanisms like people pleasing, being emotionally disconnected, so an avoidant. All of these defense mechanisms which stem from childhood traumas, which cycle over and over and over through each and every generation until someone has the tenacity to break through them. I am a curse breaker. My life has been complete crazy, insane, and I signed up for it. So knowing that, every time I feel like, oh gosh, another big cycle, here we go, I don't run from fears anymore. I literally chase them because I know on the other side, not only am I setting my own soul free from being held captive in these perpetual cycles, but also my children and my children's children and my children's 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 children and my ancestors in the spirit world are free then, not in these shackles or locked in these continual cycles. If I maybe some of you aren't motivated like that. If that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. This is why we're here. We do not want to keep returning to this place of learning. We want to change the cycles. I don't know how many people I've read for, and they know, they're forewarned. This is what's coming. Here's what you need to do. And they nod and hurrah, and then they do the opposite. And then almost immediately after, the violin music, oh, it was all a lesson. And now it's hard. And this, yes, it is. So the question is, how many times do you want that lesson to come around when it gets harder and harder every time before you finally go, I'm just going to chase it. I'm just going to have this moment of crazy and do something different. I'm going to do the opposite of what my ego is telling me to do. I'm not going to take the easy path. I'm not going to settle. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to confront my fears. I'm going to do it. That, my dear, is what leads you to the path of the ultimate happiness. The ultimate happiness. feel such freedom in this. I have busted through so many cycles. So do not fear this one. This is your ticket, your key to happiness. All right, the challenge? No, it's not to go out and get pregnant with quintuplets. Your challenge is to be patient. Be patient. Quit trying to control things that you're pushing through what your spirit team are trying to set up for you. How you think that this is all going to work out, that is what you need to do different. You need to release control and free fall and just see what happens, okay? There have been times on my path, and I am so strong in my faith, in my abilities, and my spirit team, where I have no idea how I'm going to have food the next day. There have been times where I have no idea how I'm going to get through. No idea, but I hold strong to my path. I hold strong. I've invested at times the last of my money into courses that teach that allow me, accredited by international therapists, so that I could go and help people that have suffered narcissistic abuse of any kind, or that just want to heal childhood traumas. I have done all that, spent my last dime not knowing if it's going to work, and I'm still here. I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here. I own this home. I'm by myself with my puppy dog. It feels so good. It feels so good. No one bugs me. I do what I want. Look at this, guys. Look. Trusting in my spirit team. I just finished this guy. See, this is a mini paddle. I usually do really tall ones. This one's just for decoration. Look at this guy. Oh, he's so happy. See, you want to know the truth? I literally just did this today. Yep, I did this whole thing today. When you fully embody your ancestors working through you, it's like magic. And why do they do this for you? Why do their creative gifts flow through you? Why do their channeled messages flow through you? Because you are helping to free them. They are going to support you in any way they possibly can. They help me get through so much crap that anybody else would go, how in the heck did she do it? She did it with her spirit team. Her spirit team. Her ancestors. I'm going to sell that, by the way. And the other thing, like, we're always learning lessons. There's always lessons to learn, right? So before, I'm getting, like, they're saying say this too, so I'm just going to share it. One of them that I've struggled with my entire life is my self-value, self-worth. I mean, so many narcissistic people around me, and an extremely dangerous, abusive, long relationship in marriage, okay? Struggling with self-worth because I needed to face these demons. I needed to face these. I didn't even know what a narcissist was until that last one. But anyways, now it all makes sense. But if you heal your childhood trauma, so mine was self-worth. Like my paintings, just because I can ping them off magically in a day sometimes, I was selling them on dollar auctions, literally getting peanuts just to pay bills, like desperately pinging some of these off to eat, to pay my bills. And I know I'm being tested. Are you going to stop now? Are you going to literally sell your paintings no matter whether they take a day or 5 days? That one took me a day. Are you going to keep doing this for peanuts just to have enough bread and, whatever you need? Never mind all the bills. Are you going to really work yourself like a machine, or are you going to stop and see your value and start demanding a price? See, when you struggle with that, you have a hard time putting a price on your craft. You have a hard time standing up for yourself. So I've done all the rest of the self-worth stuff. All the rest of I have value. I've stood up, dumped relationships. I won't allow certain nasty people in my space anymore. I've given up jobs with narcissistic bosses. I've stood my ground and done everything else. But now it's like now one of the things is, are you going to continue to allow people out of desperation, belief, that's ego, fear, desperation, am I going to be able to handle this all by myself, giving up your time, your resources for peanuts? That's my next one. And I did always want to create an art gallery. Maybe that's what my creative zone will be. Who knows? Anyways, I'm just talking out loud. But I was meant to share that with you because I have no problem being vulnerable. Okay, one of the things we're always learning, and that's one that I'm confronted with. So maybe you are too. And it's about knowing your value and not settling. Like really, if I can't if I have to go a little while without having extra cash because I'm saying, no, this is my value, am I not setting myself up 10:44 on the clock for a better future, a better life? Absolutely. So be patient, quit trying to control everything because your spirit team truly knows what's best for you, okay? We're talking your future self, your ancestors, and they need you. They need you to succeed. So quit trying to control it. There's a lot of things that our ego doesn't know, and controlling and fear and all of those insecurities, all of those things come from our ego. The whole point of this existence is to dissolve our ego, remember who we really are at the soul level, and break through these crossroads. Not see them through the perspective of the ego, but instead through your soul. See it for what it is. Like I am so far detached from so many things now. Not I'm very emotional. I've always been a very emotional, happy person, but I don't I have control over my emotions. And that's the one thing we could control is how we respond instead of react, okay? A narcissist will always try to get you to react. They love that. They feed off of that. They love crushing you and feeding off that negative, horrific energy, right? So we don't do that anymore. But don't try to control the outcome of what you keep asking for because they're trying to deliver, but you're fighting it, okay? Just recently, you did tap into a more playful side. Good for you. This, like I keep saying in all of my videos that I can, is playful is that's so important. Man, it's hard to see this poor little guy. Look at him. He's so happy. He's dancing and playing. Like, I've always been that way, and a lot of people have really cut me up for it, like judged me, like, oh, grow up, right? No, I'm the one who will dance in the rain. I will fly a kite in the wind. I dug my kayak out just to throw it in the snow just to imagine being on the beach. I am the person who is playful because I am pure. They can't take that from me. And it looks like you tap back into that inner child, which is so pure. Think about it. When we're babies, when we're children, we are so closer to the divine. We are fresh from the divine. We haven't been all tainted, and we don't care what people think. When we're sad, we cry. When we're happy, we laugh. We don't really care if it interrupts anybody. When we want attention, we ask for it. Like when we're children, we have our crap together. It's not so many layers of the ego and trauma. And when we get older, we just like detach from that. We separate from that beautiful connection in our heart space, in our excitement. So the fact that you were recently tapping back into this playful side, no matter what it is you did, that allowed you to have this sense of innocence is so beautiful. Like, talk about set yourself up for the best life. Subconsciously, you are realizing that where you are, you're dissatisfied. Okay? This does not suggest you're lazy, but you're fighting this movement, whatever this is. There's something you're being called to do and confront and overcome. Oh, again, with the throat chakra, maybe it's speaking up. Is it speaking up for yourself? Is it knowing your worth? Is that why I was given that, nudge? In the near future, should you actually get through this crossroads, you're going to be granted not only like more of your psychic abilities, which we all have, by the way. You're going to unblock this creative flow. You have a creative flow that I feel like you've been suppressing. Maybe your chakras are blocked, and if it's your throat chakra, that's a biggie, right? Or your heart chakra, which I believe you freed up when you got more playful. But when we're not speaking authentically, when we're not flowing and expressing in any creative way, we're blocking this. And actually, in women, That can lead to reproductive problems, okay? That can lead to, all of your lower reproductive areas and stuff. It's your womb, okay? Um, you don't want to block the creative flow. This stuff has to come through you one way or another, and if you try to suppress your creative abilities and don't, allow that release or that outlet, it can cause health problems. So be mindful of that. It's saying right now you're going through a period of sorrow, okay? Now, this is not a horrible card. If you're actually allowing yourself to process these emotions, you're allowing the blockages to release. And right now, during this time, I'm not sure when you've seen this video, but right now, March 5th, okay? And for the next long while, all of the past is returning to test you. This is so important, okay? Old emotions are being provoked. That's why you're having weird dreams. Like my dreams are like through the roof, like waking me up, and it's just crazy stuff. But it's all past returning. You'll get old past loves returning, your exes. Almost all of this is literally testing you to make sure you're not going to settle, that you're not going to settle. These emotions that are being stirred up are testing you. Are you going to process these now? Your body, your soul, is trying to get your body to release all these blockages. So all of these weird emotions you're having, really excited one minute, really sad the next, and all of this stuff. This is what it's about. It's literally trying to purge the emotions that have been suppressed. So don't be surprised if this is happening. I've got like screaming in my ears right now. Like, okay, don't worry. I'm trying to share everything, your higher self, your guardian angels. They're all like a whole group of them. Let's move on. All right. So they want you to know, and this came up. I shuffled these cards so well. This came up in one of the last readings also. You are seriously meant to teach people about the things that you've been through, how you got through them, to speak your truth. This is and even just be your truth. Like, people are learning and watching from you. This is why you need to be so mindful of the words that come out of your mouth. They're like spell work. Never speak negatively about yourself. No negative self-talk. The universe hears all and doesn't really know how to it doesn't know that you were joking, okay? When you speak negatively about yourself, you're manifesting negative for yourself. If you speak negatively about anything, like some of the words that people say that they speak into existence, my skin crawls. Like, I just go inside and go, oh. And like, my daughter and I was a very young mom, and we kind of grew up together in the sense. I always say she's my best friend growing up, of course. But I was reprogramming her thinking way back then. Really making her cognitively aware of the things she was saying by repeating them and saying, did you really, mean? And to this day, if I slip up and go on default from way back, if I say something negative, she'll catch me on it. And I love her for that. Like, she will call me out, like, like, just repeat it. And it's all about reprogramming, more like deprogramming everything that we were brainwashed and programmed, just taking those layers off and going, no, actually, I don't feel like I look like this in this outfit. I don't feel like I'm not enough. I don't feel like something negative about money. I don't feel, you start focusing on, actually, I feel very abundant. Actually, I know life always has my back. Actually, I feel very attractive. I feel like I'm a very attractive person that brings only the right people into my life. Brainwash yourself like society's brainwash. Deprogram, because everything you're doing and saying and projecting is being seen by others, and you're teaching a lot of people, even though you don't realize. You are a mentor, a true mentor. Okay, how long have I been chatting, guys? Sorry. What you desire the most and what you are denying yourself is really understanding what your true purpose is. Babe, if you want help with that, email me, paintingsbycatherine@gmail.com. We will get to the bottom of that through numerology, through all of the cards, through all the channeled messages. We will find out what it is, okay? Because this is what I thrive at. This is my purpose. Why do you think I'm here? Why do you, oh God, this is my purpose. And I will definitely help you find yours. Okay, so the key is to release the burdens you've been carrying for everybody else. I've heard so many people, both meeting online and meeting one on one in my reading room, that they know what they want to do. They feel the calling, like, I've always wanted to do this. And they allow the ego to stop them, which I get it. I get it, okay? Like, my heart goes out and I can resonate with this because I did this myself. At what point are you going to finally see that as much as you could choose a crappy job working for somebody else, you could go travel the world and work online and do whatever it is you feel like you were called to do? Was it yoga? Go do it on beaches at foreign countries if you want to travel to. Like, there's always a way. Or this idea would not be put in your mind. There's always a way. Release these burdens that people have said, you have to have a job that pays this and that. You got to have this. You got to pay your bills. That comes first. The kids come first. This comes first. That comes first. When is it your turn? It's your life. When is it your turn? How old are you going to be? Are you still going to be as agile? Are you still going to have the freedom to speak? Are you, when, I'm getting, when is it time? It's now. It's now. Choose you. How am I going to do it? You will know. If you don't have the if you haven't gone through my life path and gone through the depths of hell where you just honestly you just shut it off and go, you know what, it's not going to get any worse than this. I'm not going to feel any worse if I take this chance and choose me and just blindly just quit it. I had like what 3 jobs I quit. I'm like, I'm done. I had never been more miserable. I had never had been more bullied. I gave up my beautiful house that I built on a lake. What is that? Still listed 2 years later. My ex is enjoying it with all his latest supplies. Whatever. Who cares? It's been listed for 2 years. Like, I didn't care. I just, some things you have to walk away from and cut your losses. Get rid of these things that are holding you back. These burdens. This belief that you have to make a marriage last even if you're being abused. This belief that you have to stay in these jobs even though you're getting bullied and they don't appreciate or value you and they're trying to do nasty things. Or this belief that you have to be perfect in any way. That's another thing I used to struggle with all the time. Perfectionism. That comes from my childhood, okay? I just, so much, you just can't handle. You want to hurry up and criticize the hell out of yourself so no one else does first, right? But it freezes you. It freezes you from moving forward. All of these things, once you release these burdens and you honestly, you live so detached. You still feel everything and you love the right people. You still have this nurturing ability to love and share with those who are kind and good also. But you couldn't give a rat's butt about the opinions of those who are just jealous of you or envious or they don't want to do the work. They don't want to heal themselves. They don't want to face their emotions. They'd rather be closed off or avoidant or be reckless or ruthless or manipulative. I don't care what any of them think. I released all those burdens. There is no employer leaning over me saying, you got to do more, even though I was doing like more than I had in any of my jobs. Not still holding off bonuses until it's all manipulation, guys. It is all manipulation. These beliefs that you have to stay in misery because that's what you're supposed to do. The first sign of misery, come confirm it, my little buddy, my little doggy. The first sign of misery, get rid of it. The first sign of confusion, they're not for you. The first sign of them making you doubt yourself or over criticize yourself, get rid of it. Okay, it's really easy, but for some reason, we don't feel that's how we play the rules. Those are the rules. Spirit makes it real easy. If you're not causing harm to anybody and you're literally advocating for yourself, the emotions, the things you're going through, these things are warnings. It's your body talking to you, your soul talking through your body. This doesn't feel good. Leave it. This isn't right. Advocate for yourself or get out of it. This is real plain language, guys. And we were taught and programmed to ignore this forever and ever. Oh, look at that little face. Can you see the little face? Come on over here. Oh, come on. Look at the little furry face. I love you so much. So, Teddy Cathy, allow yourself to get full experience out of everything. This woman is hugging a tree. Can you see that glowing gold white light around her? She is literally getting the beautiful, loving, nurturing, healing energy from the tree because despite everybody saying, well, you got a tinfoil hat or something, you're a conspiracy person, wow, you're like all earthy and hippie. When you hug a tree, they ramp up your energy massively. Massively. I think it's to 200 hertz or whatever, megahertz or whatever you call it, like massive. So you want to get your vibration up so you can match your dreams and what you desire. Best thing to do is go hug a tree. Get into the experience, feel the experience. Everything you do, be in it wholeheartedly. Feel the support that life is giving you, that when you're not in these blinders on doing what you were burdened to do, that you would miss that. It's time, guys. The whole entire world is starting to waken up. There's many of them, not the whole world. We're working on the others. It's time to get out there and participate. Okay? So while you're feeling this impatience, if you want things to come to you, it's not going to land. Where was that card? It's not going to land in your living room while you're sitting on the couch. You're being called to have patience, and this is good advice for me too, but get out there and allow yourself to align with people who might carry your answers or a step on your way. Don't be afraid to celebrate like it's already there. Be around the people who make you feel so good inside and cut ties with the people who don't. You are not obligated. Even our families, our birth families, they are not your soul family. Our families, a lot of them, the reason why it's so complicated sometimes and dysfunctional, if anybody's really honest, even though we love them so much, is because we were meant to learn. We chose those families when we came here. We all gave each other the ability to learn difficult lessons by triggering certain traumas and creating certain traumas. We are literally all in this together. Okay? Gosh, that felt passionate. I hope that helps somebody, for goodness sakes. I don't know what's gotten into me tonight. I was out in that crazy fog for a bit. Maybe that was... All right, let's get one positive card. I'm not sure wow, I haven't been cut off. This is good. Let's keep going. 11:01 on the clock. That is like creativity. Enhanced with a 0. Oh my gosh. Time to have confidence with your creativity and your inner gifts. Speak your mind, baby. Speak your mind. Be yourself. You can't be anybody else. Nothing is going to feel good until you are your true, authentic self. Get rid of the burdens. What do we got? Your own valuable, personal, new desire is always born from contrast. That new desire is then heard and answered by source energy. Thus, the glorious expansion of the universe, which is what we are doing here. We are expanding the universe. And how would we know what we want if we don't experience what we don't want? The contrast. It is contrast that puts the eternalness in eternity. Absolutely true. You know what? I was always one of those people that just loved love, lovity, love. Used to get picked on and made fun of a lot. Love doesn't exist. It's a fairy tale. I don't even like speaking that. But those were the words that were kind of thrown at me through life, okay? I still, to this day, despite all of the really unhealed, abusive people I've circulated through in my life, I know that love exists. But I had to go through those very dark times to learn how to love myself, to learn what it is I really wanted and what I don't want. And now I am a very healthy representation of what I want shown to me. So in order to understand this, to come to this aspect, this version of me, I had to be dragged through some crap. The contrast is so glaring that when love finally shows up in my life the way I know it will, I will be so delighted that all of my resources, all of my effort going into it are going to be absolutely worth something, valued, and reciprocated. Same goes for people and money. Contrast. Life will strip us of everything. And then when you receive your abundance, you are so responsible with it. You only give it to the people who really need it, deserve it. You can be trusted then because you've gone through, you understand the value of money. You understand the value of yourself. You understand the value of your creations. You understand the value of, and you can't unless you go through the lack of. We aren't meant to sit in lack. We're meant to taste it so we know what it is we desire and really enjoy it and appreciate it with gratitude when it finally comes. Okay, like I said, if you get called to have a personal reading, you can email me at paintingsbycatherine@gmail.com. I mean, we could set up so many different times. I'm quite flexible. I literally am just here, guys. You can also check out my website, www.earthangel3811.com. And you could follow, if you want, my Facebook page, Readings by Catherine. I am determined to find out how to do live readings on Facebook. Live reading. I want to do live readings. And I want to do more giveaways. So, anyways, give me a shout, guys. I'm just here. I'm going to split one more card. That's what I'm being called to do, if you're wondering why I'm still shuffling. Ah, yes. Time to break. Oops. Oh, trust. Time to break away. Time to break away from the old ways. You're literally, your lion is roaring, and your inner child, the playful one, wants to be out and free and do something different. You want to follow your childhood dreams. Confirmation. And trust. Always trust in life. Don't wait until you have no choice but to trust. Trust. Often we find the best, strongest trust and faith comes from when we have no choice but to trust, because we have nothing left. So you don't need to reach rock bottom before you get common sense to say, maybe I'm going to see where this other path goes, because I know where this one led me to, and it's just not floating my boat anymore. All right, guys, I'm sending so much love and light. Again, don't be afraid to contact me. My readings are $50, and I love getting to the bottom of the questions and finding the best answers to everything we can. Take care. Keep shining.